Welcome everybody. This is Richard and Elizabeth Gerhardt from Passage to Profit. We're here at the Newark Venture Conference Peak Pitch Contest. And I have to tell you, it's the most fantastic venture conference I've ever been to. The whole point of the venture conference is that the presenters and the investors ride up a ski lift together. The pitcher pitches to the investor and then they ski down the slope together. So how's that for a new way to do business? And I'm here with Elizabeth Gerhardt.
And I would like to introduce our first pitch on Passage to Profit for today, TJ Pingator with Biderator. And 2 minutes, tell us what your company's about.
So Biderator is actually a fully transparent construction bidding platform. So typically in construction, bids are very, very secret. So you can't see what you're competing against as a contractor. So commercial, residential, both. So if you think about somebody posting a job, could be in commercial, it could be a homeowner of a house. A contractor could be a GC, a general contractor, or a contractor single trade. And this person can actually see the high bid, see the low bid, and decide if they want to bid. It's a very, very simple platform. It's very hard today for people to control simplicity. So it makes things very simple. It makes things fully transparent, which the word disrupt is an overused word, I think, but it is going to change the way that contractors bid. It's going to change the game in construction.
So TJ is the interface, simple for somebody to use.
Big thumb centric. A lot of contractors have big hands. I have decent size. I'm not a contractor, but it's a mobile friendly.
You hit more than one key at once.
Right. It's built right now desktop with mobile application. We're looking at, as we go through, we've got our MVP done. We're here at Peak Pitch raising capital. By the way, not to plug Peak Pitch, but it's a fantastic event for any entrepreneur, investor to come together. And like you said before, when you're announcing
the whole skiing thing is just unbelievable.
I've been snowboarding 23 years. My gear's actually up in Vermont right now, so I'm going to rent stuff. But it's a great event for really authenticity and getting to know someone. I think that's what, you get on these stages and you get on these events. Sometimes they're a little robotic. So I think this event, what it does is it really gives an investor and gives a founder the true authenticity of getting to know people for 2 days.
Right, and if the pitcher's a good skier, that helps even more because the investor's like, hey, this gal can ski. Let's sign her up.
You don't want to smoke your investor. You want to stay with them. So you hope they can stay with you or vice versa. But
it is really different if you're exercising together, right? It's very much real. It's more real.
It is.
But about your company, I wanted to ask you, and we had discussed this before. So we have had contractors bid on projects. Mm-hmm. And we look at the bids, and then when they show up, it's like, oh, that wasn't included in the bid. So I'm like, wait, I hired you because you were cheaper than this guy who included everything in the bid, and you left half of it out.
Yeah.
So what does your platform do to address that?
So it's really a great question, and I think if you look at the three core things for Biderator is transparency, simplicity, and efficiency, right? And commercial and residential is the sectors, but those three key things is really important because for efficiency and simplicity, having the bid very clear up front, the line items very clear of what's being addressed. If a contractor who has expertise in that particular job wants to add something in additional, and that's why their bid maybe is higher, they want to justify it. There's a part of the bid called RFI, Request for Information. It's a point where they can actually add in a little more about their expertise or add in why and justify why they bid a little higher, because maybe you, as the person posting the job, didn't consider that. So it up front, that's got to be known, so it handles what you're talking about right in the beginning.
Great.
That's a great point because lots of contractors use different formats, they use different styles, they use slightly different language sometimes, and so it sounds like Biderator sort of simplifies it, makes sure that the terminology is all consistent, makes it much easier to understand your choices.
And the founder, Vahid Walker, is the founder of Biderator, 20-year plus contractor, GC, project estimator. He's done every bit of the industry. So for me, not being in the construction space prior, I'm more on the digital marketing, brand development, that side of it. It's really interesting because I've bid on jobs for my mom and my house and my wife and I know the trouble and tribulation we kind of went through with the process. And I've used it personally and said, this actually makes my life way easier.
Well,
Super simple.
Yeah, you also told me before we started that there's a real perk for the contractors that go on this site, right?
Sure.
Because the consumer gets rated too, not just the contractor.
Full accountability. If you look at, I don't want to just say the Uber model, but the rider and the driver both get rated, right? It's dual accountability. In Biderator, it's dual accountability. The person posting jobs wants to see that the contractors are rated fairly high, that have experience. But the contractor also wants to see that the person posting jobs isn't just posting 100 jobs and awarding 4. They won't bid if they realize that this person's just getting out there to get a price and then they're circumventing the platform.
So like any business relationship, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways, and that's very important.
How long does it take to work up a bid, typically?
You could post a job in 7 to 8 minutes. If you have the documentation for your bid, if you've got what docs you need, uploading docs is like 30 seconds, and then literally setting up your own profiles maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then literally just organizing the end of it before you submit. It's probably maybe 7 minutes total.
Well, that sounds like it would be worth it to me. Absolutely.
So TJ, where can people find out more about Biderator?
So Biderator, Biderator.com. You can go there as someone who's posting a job, homeowner or commercial, residential or commercial. And if you're a contractor, you can sign up there. If you're a potential investor, right now we're in fundraising mode, so we would love to talk to you especially if you have any experience in construction technology, even more so.
Well, thank you. So this has been Richard and Elizabeth Gearhart with the Passage to Profit, the Inventors Show on iHeartMedia, talking to TJ Pingator about Biderator.
Great.
Thank you.
It was great meeting you guys.
Thank you.